Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's my honor to present this event and host this great event in our city this time. The Bao Forum is being held for the first time in the capital city of Mongolia, and the aim of the conference is to help the business and investors to better understand the business and the current situation in Mongolia. And Ulaanbaatar city has got the main role to promote and support all the organizations, including our citizens. So I wish you all the best in the beginning, for and on behalf of our citizens. So let me now introduce briefly, looking at the current economic and social situation in Mongolia, and I will present the current situation more than the potential possibilities that you might be interested in. So the first one, Ulaanbaatar is the economic and civic, business and financial center of Mongolia, with approximately more than half of the population of the nation living in the city, and also this accounts for almost 64%, 4.7% of the national GDP and 67% of the registered business. 95% of the higher education organizations, and 31% of schools, and 45% of kindergartens, and 77% of total loans issued in all over the nation. So our main goal is building sustainable city, and it's our priority. So if you look at this slide, number one, we focus on solutions-based smart technologies and ecologically sustainable green development and efficient infrastructure and supportive environment for business and investments, and citizens have working place and earnings. And it should be economically capable and internationally competitive. So this is our main goal and main focus. So in order to achieve our and sustain our goal to develop sustainable city, we have one main goal with three key areas, which is to focus on, firstly, on our citizens. To focus on citizens, to develop and educate and have better citizens with high ethics and values. So, which means we need to invest more into our human capital and the citizens. So to briefly introduce, the first one is this citizen-focused policy and oriented focus will be elaborated on the standards and efficacy of which servants conduct public work shall be further developed. In regards to ethics, responsibility, transparency, fighting corruption and bureaucracy, and ensuring citizens' involvement and participation in every single level of government processing and decision-making. Well, attention shall be paid to intensifying the development of the health, education, arts, culture, and sports sector development, and supporting fair competition in the private sector, and improving the legal and investment environment. Creating favorable environment for families, and the development of policies that push children, the youth, towards setting positive habits and protecting them from abuse, neglect, and also ensuring the quality and scope of preschool and secondary education and extracurricular activities that meets social demand is our priority. The policy will be implemented in order to ensure citizens to aspire consistently, live with a code of ethics and value of social responsibility. So this is our first key area that my administration is focusing on, and trying to make sure that everyone enjoys the great life of the city instead of being emotionally expected but realistically unhappy life. So the second key area is the environment. Environment-oriented policy and focus is my administration's second key area. To create safe and healthy, citizen-friendly living area and working conditions. The next sub-concept is this one, and we focus with all our resources to make sure the living environment would be developed in a short period of time with the help of the partners and international organizations, including our citizens. The sub-concept prioritizes providing a living and working environment that is safe is the most important thing. So next thing is the standard. So every place, everything, including starting from a human life, friends relationship, to a country, organization, nations, there is a limit which is called standard. So without a standard, there is no city, no better and safe areas. So that's why we focus on ensuring citizens' physical healthy condition by increasing and developing green area, decreasing air and soil pollution, creating a comfortable and safe area for citizens, and developing public transportation infrastructure and reduce the terrible congestion. In order to comply with these city standards in creating safe environment is also one of our main areas. The standard is the key thing to focus on. So there's some infrastructure projects, for example, we have here. Next, please. Road infrastructure development and planning is the most important thing. So we're building more roads and bridges, but which is not the best solution to reduce the traffic congestion, or this will not actually help us to decentralize the current city life. To improve the environment of the city and to decrease road congestion, this is some of the projects and things that we are working on. And also, Ulaanbaatar city, our city will be ready to open our first, the new international airport, which will bring more international and domestic flights to our city and our nation, and it will also enable the business and the local people to keep up with our city's development goal. So this is our new highway, which is going to be opening in a couple of days, and the new airport will be opening early next year. So we will have new transportation, new bus and public transportation to this area, and then also we have some other infrastructure developments. So those are the things we are doing, including in our environment area. So the third key area is planning focused. Without well planning, without this advanced technology and the research and studies and detailed numbers, we can't go for very far. So that's why we plan on this focus on planning. and in order not to repeat the mistakes we have done in the past, but instead to make sure that we have good plan for future and better city. So in this area, we have this planning and implementation based on research of local and international scientists, researchers, and NGOs, smart technology solutions, alignment with planning and development of policy, supporting citizens and economic entities and investors as well. Effective and efficient spending of budget is the most important thing. So that's why we have this idea and concept. So these are the three areas. So now let's move to this new city, how this city is going to be developing in the next 20 years. Now we're working on the 2040 urban planning with the help of international and local experts. And this is what we have. The city is rapidly growing. Urban population proves there is a need to create new settlement area. Within this framework, the infrastructure development of Bayanhoshu and sub-city centers in cooperation with the Asia Development Bank, EBRD, and international financial institutions, and the city administration together implementing this project around the new airport, which is called Aero City, and also Madar City. And new sub-city centers will look like this, and we have general plan, and we have this new Yarmak City Center will be organized to curb the decentralization of the public transportation, trade service, and banks in the Ulaanbaatar City Center. Designated zones are developed through a city center-based planning, complete with public-private service housing, community, and social infrastructure. So we have a lot of housing projects underway. Based on the decisions of the central government and the city administration, we're working to develop 150,000 new units of the housing in different areas. So it's structured to have different financing resource and also plan to provide citizens with better options, rent, lease and own, and also commercial and private use or mixture. So this is what we are working on, and we have in the next 5 years, we will be developing 150 to 200,000 houses in the new city sub-centers. So this is based on the decentralization plan of the capital city.